Good morning, good life travelers. This is Chrissy and
Tamara, good morning.
And we're here to invite you to Travel Talk Tuesday. We're a little late today. I had a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
Not big fun, but it's over with for another 6 months. So I look at it as a good
I can't
day.
believe you have to go over 6 months.
I know. I don't know what that's all about, but I'm pretty healthy.
Good, yay.
Yeah.
Yay. I think maybe you deserve a cocktail later.
That's right. So we ran in here and put together our little Travel Talk itinerary for the day.
Yeah, we're missing number 3. He's still cruising around the world.
Yes,
so
he is.
I think he'll be back next week. It's hard to keep track of him now.
I know. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, but next week it'll just be the two of you because I'll be off traveling around the world. So
yeah.
And then we'll be back right before Christmas.
And then it's Christmas, which I can't wait for.
I can't believe it's almost here. Are you done shopping?
No, I was just speaking to the nurse today that I had to do like stocking stuffer stuff and then gift wrap and that.
Gosh.
Then I've ordered so many things online that I forget what I've ordered and I don't remember when they're coming. And so
I feel like it's taken longer this year. I ordered stuff and it's taking a very long time.
Really?
Yeah. Like I'm sure you ordered them 2 candles for Bath and Body Works. They're not Christmas gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The candle sale.
Yeah. Did you get yours yet?
No.
I haven't either.
No.
It's taken a long time.
That's a big sale, though. I'll bet you they get overwhelmed with that.
I know. I have a little bit of an addiction to those candles.
Me too.
Yeah, we burn them in the office. They smell so good.
They do. They do.
So what's on our agenda today?
Okay, so we were chatting yesterday about what we wanted to talk to all of our friends about, and we decided to just kind of have a little conversational discussion about different questions that deal with our travels and things that we've experienced and like.
We travel very differently, and
we do.
And so does Michael. So when you hire us, you're kind of hiring our personality and our travel style too.
Yes.
So we thought it might be kind of fun to talk about all that, and then
it helps to learn a little bit more, I guess, about us too.
So
all right.
I think I have question number 1.
Okay.
So
and I got in just a minute ago and I didn't even look at my questions. So I can't promise my answers will be very articulate, but I'll try.
So my question to you is, which country would you like to visit the most that you haven't been to yet?
Italy.
Italy.
Yes.
Because
and France.
Yeah.
Just because, I've heard you guys talk so much about it. I've seen so much about it. I've learned so much. But I think even before we started this, those were destinations. Yeah, that I really want to. I just want to kind of, go through those little towns and have some of their cuisine and wines and just experience.
You've always talked about Versailles too as a place that you want to go.
Yeah,
and
I would probably be the dorky traveler, touristy person, especially on the first time.
You have to.
But,
you have to go. You have to go take a picture with the Eiffel Tower.
Exactly.
See the Colosseum in Rome. You have to do all that.
Yeah.
Well, good. Let's make 2024 the year that we get you there.
Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Mine is India. I really want to go to India. That's high on my list. So.
And why is that?
I think it's so colorful. I like Indian food. I think it will be a good challenge for me.
Yeah.
I think there's some really beautiful places. So that is really high on my list. It has been for a long time.
Really?
I like textiles. And that's a big textile place. So
she does.
Yeah, so India is my number 1, but I don't know if I'll get there this next year.
No?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'd like to. So.
Okay.
All right, you're next.
Okay, and I'm the highlighted one?
Yep.
What is the longest time you've ever been away from home? And did you feel homesick?
I think the longest time I've been away from home is maybe about 3 weeks. And I missed my dog.
Oh,
that's what I missed.
I missed him over the weekend.
Yeah, I missed him.
He's so precious.
Yeah.
That's a long time, 3 weeks.
It is a long time. Sometimes I feel like I go just long enough to get really adjusted to the time change, and then I have to come back and then deal with jet lag. But I don't mind going away for that long.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of planning that goes on in advance, especially like how to pack and what to take. But sometimes I feel like if you're going to go abroad, as long as you're across the pond, you might as well do a couple of things.
Make it worth your while.
Yeah, exactly. How about you?
Well, you know me, I travel very differently.
That's our point.
I'm kind of a 3 to 5 night kind of girl. So
Yeah.
I don't think I give myself enough time to be homesick when I'm gone.
No, I don't think you do either.
No, I do miss my cats. And if a lot of times when I am somewhere alone, of course I miss Brett. And then if he and I are together, I wish the kids were with us. But yeah, I'm more of a short kind of, get there. But here too, my trips, they're not as extensive.
They're different.
Flights and the type of planning that goes into it. In a 3.5 hour flight, I can be to Cancun.
Right.
And so I can manage the shorter trips. But it's funny too, because when people call in or email and they just want a trip, I'm automatically thinking like, 5-6 days, and you guys are always 7 to 10.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's funny how differently that we look at that.
I think when you go like to Europe in particular, you should probably try to get there at least 10 days. I always try to do like 2 weekends and the week in between.
Okay.
Like leave on a Thursday night, get there Friday, and then have until like not that next Sunday, but the following Sunday to come home. That's like, but if you have longer, I think that's good to do. So when you go to Europe, Chrissy, you better block.
Oh no, I'm gonna have everybody with me and my cats.
Okay.
Okay, your turn.
Am I next?
Yes.
What's the best place for a vacation in our own country?
Oh my, I think there's so many of them, and it depends. I mean, warm weather, you can't beat Florida.
Yeah.
But I think I mean, there's so many.
You gotta pick one.
Oh gosh. I don't know. Well, I really enjoyed a trip that we took to California. I was actually in California twice. One time in San Diego, one in LA and Disneyland, and it's beautiful. San Diego was something.
They have the best weather.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It just was gorgeous. Like our son and my husband, they golfed at a beautiful golf course. They have that, is it Gas Lamp District? Mm-hmm. And that's like a really cool entertainment. We went to Little Italy there and had a great meal. And then the weather, like you said, and the beaches. And I really enjoy California.
Yeah, I agree with you. Hawaii is beautiful as well. And I think I've been reading that Hawaii is going to be more affordable next year because they're afraid people have discounted them as a place to go. So it has 6 main islands that you can visit. So, only one was part was affected by the fire. So I have a lot of travel agent friends who were just there last week, and Hawaii's been on my brain. But my favorite place is really New Orleans. Yeah. I love New Orleans. I think it's just a very unique city. I love the food. I love the music, the people, the architecture. It's totally different, and I know you like that place too.
Oh, I love it. I booked a couple there that's going to go over New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And as I was doing that trip, I'm like,
yeah,
I would love to go back there.
Yeah, there's so many great places in our own country. National parks.
Oh, yeah.
New England. As Chrissy mentioned, Florida. There's amazing places in our country as well. So if you don't have a passport yet, we always talk about getting a passport. Yeah. But if you don't have one.
If you're holding out, there's plenty of places we can go.
And there's group tours we can put you on. Yeah. Chrissy is really good at finding those 5, 6, 7 day vacations. Rocky Mountaineer. There's all sorts of places and ways to get there. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. You think you're next? Are you next?
I'm next. Okay. What forms of transportation do you prefer to use when you travel?
So that's kind of a funny question because in Europe in particular, there's days that I'm like, I was on a plane today, I was on a train, and I was on a boat or ferry. Like, there's many different ways to get around. I prefer flying. If I can fly, I'll fly.
Yeah.
Domestically, I don't mind driving, but I really prefer to fly. I don't mind driving internationally either, but the train systems, particularly in Europe, not all countries in Europe, but many countries in Europe, are so fast and efficient that I really kind of like those. I'm really liking those now too. They get you from city center to city center. They are high-speed trains now, so you're going like 180 plus miles an hour. And you can go from like Barcelona to Madrid in, 2 hours. It's very easy. Wow. Yeah. I prefer to take not like the coach class, but like a higher class of service, which is not really much more expensive than coach. And there's like a bar cart that comes through, and they give you a lunch sometimes. And I really do like trains. I like ferries internationally too, are really good as well. Yeah. So, How about you?
Me, probably just a plane.
A plane?
And then my feet in the sand. That's my mode of transportation. Yeah.
I do like driving in some countries, like the Autobahn
Really?
in Germany.
Oh, see, I think I'm too intimidated by that.
Fun. No, it was so much fun. I really like that.
Can you go as fast as you want?
In certain sections, like you have to understand the road signs. Like there's there'll be a speed limit with like a circle, crossed out, and that means the speed limit doesn't apply anymore.
Oh, geez.
And you can just go. So like when you when you
that
Google,
does sound fun.
When you Google like directions, it'll say like it takes 4.5 hours to get somewhere, and it's like not in Germany. I'm gonna make it in 3.
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
fun. Yeah, but they fly.
Wow.
In the Autobahn. Everybody should do that at least once.
Yeah, that does sound neat.
Yeah. Okay. How long, we kind of touched this, how long should a vacation be, and how long does it take you to really relax?
Well, it doesn't take me long to relax. As soon as I step into the sand or the sunshine with a cocktail in my hand, I am relaxed.
I've been with you on vacation, and I think at the airport, you're relaxed.
I think I told you last time we went somewhere, I was like, it was 8 in the morning, and I only had coffee. I didn't start with mimosas
but
yet.
I've also been with you at airports at 6:30 a.m. and we're drinking.
It's vacation time.
Chrissy really goes fast through security and then to the first bar.
Yeah. So it doesn't take me long to relax. Again, this goes back to our previous question, whereas your travels, there's probably times that you really need to be able to unwind.
Yeah, there's certain types of trips. Like I love Virgin Voyages. That's like my unwind place.
Me too.
And I have a harder time unwinding and relaxing than Chrissy. We just travel differently.
Yeah.
But when you're on a Virgin Voyage and that one in particular, it just is so, the whole vibe is so
chill.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It makes you relax. And that hammock. The hammock on your balcony is it's just heaven.
Well, I remember we went on it together, a group of us, and the night before we ordered chocolate croissants and coffee, and it comes in this really cool thermos bag, and you just put what time you want. They bring it in.
They ring your doorbell.
You get it, then you sit out on that hammock.
Yeah.
Nothing can beat that.
I know. It's heaven. I love that. But that's my one relaxing place. I don't really like if I go to a beachy town, I'm really not good on the beach for very long at all before I want to go do something. Yeah. And oftentimes the beach places in Europe are not like how we like beach places. They're rocky and crowded. Yeah. And I don't really like to go in the water that much because I don't really know what's in there. So we travel very different.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, but I can appreciate.
But it all works.
It all does. Yes, I can appreciate a good relaxation on a Virgin Voyage. Okay, are you next?
I think so. What's more important to you when you travel? Comfort and relaxation, or stimulating new experiences?
I like the new experiences.
Here we go. Again, yes, Tam's all about immersing and exploring, and which I think that's wonderful too. I don't do it as deeply as you do. You're very into the cultures and just getting yourself in the town and the people and the locals.
I want to take you to do a deep dive into some culture. Yeah, I do.
I know.
We got to go. I got to tell Brett to go.
I'm not as cultured as you.
Yeah, maybe you
I'm
are.
a very
You just
simple
don't know
person.
it.
I'm very simple. I like Ola.
I think you would like hanging in a beer hall and.
Oh well, definitely. Yeah.
Brett, okay, Brett. That's your New Year's resolution for 2024. Yes. We're going to Europe.
Going to Europe.
Yeah. And we're going to do some culture. I think Brett wants to do the Sound of Music stuff.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
I know.
I'm sure he does.
We got to get him there.
Yeah.
And he can drive on the Autobahn. Okay, so how do you choose where to go? Are you inspired by other people's travel stories or photos?
I think so. And I think all-inclusive beachy type lends well to that because when you see those pictures, when you hear the ocean, when you see the turquoise water, I think that is, well, heck, I see a Virgin Voyage commercial and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to get back on there. So I think, yes, I am very inspired.
There's that Karma Chameleon video. Every once in a while when I'm feeling like I need a little vacation, I watch that.
And I think, oh my gosh, I got to get back on it.
I know.
So I'm very inspired by that. Yes, that works. All that marketing works on me.
Yeah, I am too. Like I see, like right now I'm seeing pictures of Christmas markets a lot in Europe, and it's really, really,
Oh.
I want to be there so
Yeah,
bad. So
yeah.
maybe
Oh.
next year, but
Yeah.
I love seeing other people's pictures. I'm not a person that like gets overwhelmed by vacation photos on Facebook. I love them.
I love them too.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
them. The more the better.
Yep.
So, are you next or me?
I think it's you. That was me.
Do you like to try local foods when you go somewhere?
I do.
Have you had anything that you really liked or you really disliked?
Oh, that jerk chicken in Jamaica.
Oh, that sounds good.
And they have plantains, and then they have these bun. They're like a roll or a bun that's a little sweet. I forget what they're called.
Yum.
Oh, I forget what they're called because it's kind of a funny name. But yes, I do. I have no problem with
Trying
diving into the into this.
Would you ever eat like bugs? Like
that kind of stuff?
No.
Though, no. I'm not eating the monkey brains and the bugs and the stuff hanging in the, the markets. No.
Yeah. That it's tough when you.
Yeah.
When I was in Thailand, you see a lot of stuff that their standards are not the same as ours as far as like food safety. It works for them. It probably doesn't work for us. But I was walking through a market and I was like, oh, they probably shop at these markets where I'm staying, and I'm probably gonna be eating what this stuff is. And it was just one of those moments where it's like, oh, I just have to dig into that culture. And,
And so I do have limits,
Yeah.
Like jerk chicken, that's not pretty
It's
exciting.
pretty safe.
But it's so good.
Pretty safe.
So good.
My favorite still, pastel de nata.
Oh
from
yeah, those
Portugal.
are good.
I love those, and there's nothing like them when they're fresh out of the oven. I love a good bakery, obviously. Yeah, I love. But I really like trying new things. I have my limits though.
Yeah,
as we mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay, are you next?
Yes. Things can go wrong when you travel. Have you had any bad travel experiences?
A few. A ATM in Athens ate my card once, and I did not have a backup, and it was a Saturday morning.
Oh no!
And Monday was a bank holiday, and I was leaving Athens that day, and I had very limited cash. So that was that was a little challenging. But you just roll with it. The more you travel, the more you realize you really have to just kind of roll with things. We've all had flight cancellations or delays, but one of my best flight cancellations was I was at Disney World. We were supposed to fly Spirit back home, and the pilots went on strike, and my flight was canceled. So the worst thing was I had to spend a few more days at Disney World.
That's okay.
Yeah, before
I can't wait.
before I could go home. But I mean, you've had a couple of overnighters.
Well, and it's funny because I think I've grown in my acceptance
tolerance
of mistakes or delays, because we were flying back from Jamaica and we were supposed to land in Fort Lauderdale and then change or have a connection, and there was a horrible storm and they closed the Fort Lauderdale airport, and we were up in the sky and like you could see all the lightning and it was pretty harrowing. But we got diverted to Orlando and we got to stay in that is it a Hyatt that's in the airport?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know.
So it's actually in the airport, which is really cool. I mean, we basically stayed there to fall asleep for 3 hours and pick up a morning flight. But I think as I've done more, I've become, as you said, more tolerant of things that are going. If something can go wrong, it will.
Yeah, right. And you just have to roll with it because some
could be worse.
It could be worse. It always could be worse. We were flying to Puerto Rico a couple of years ago.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And was it wind?
It was those shears.
Yeah, we were trying to land. So we would go down to land, and then all of a sudden the plane would go back up. And
three times.
Yeah, we'd have to circle the island again to try it again. And
So you're thinking you're going to land, and all of a sudden the engines kick in, and you shoot back up.
Yeah.
That was kind of scary. But I mean, it was all done for our safety because they had those straight line winds coming across, so they had to do that. But.
Yeah, there weren't many options of other places to land. I think there's there's 2 other major airports, but I don't know if they could have taken our aircraft. But yeah,
that was something.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Do you take a lot with you when you travel, or do you try to pack lightly? I went somewhere with Chrissy once where she took nothing.
Yeah, not by my fault, but somebody forgot to load my bag into the car, and
it got stolen.
and I had to. New Orleans.
You rolled with it though.
I did roll with
that.
it.
I
did break down and cry in Walmart though, because I had to buy all new makeup, all a curling iron. I had to buy all new clothes just to like get me through the 3 days we were there. Yeah, it was bad.
You did it like a champ though, because
I know, because imagine you get to the airport and you go to get, everybody's got their bags, and I'm like, where's mine?
Yeah.
Mine never got loaded, and then it was stolen.
Yeah. Yeah,
so, and it had my favorite pair of pants in there, my swims, like things that,
all your good stuff.
Yeah, that's not easy to find, and when you find it, you're so happy. Yeah, that was I forgot about that one.
But then, silver lining, you've discovered some new clothes at Walmart that
I did.
you really liked.
I did. I found these jean shorts. I'm like, oh no. I had never shopped at Walmart. So yes, I did. Yeah.
Silver lining. Yeah, that was not good at all.
That was bad.
I try to pack light, but then I'm always too.
Oh my gosh, she has to buy luggage while she's in destination to bring her stuff back.
I always find it's not even clothes I'm buying.
No.
It's just stuff I bring back for you guys.
I know.
Wine or, you know, cute little trinkets that I find.
Yeah.
I like to bring back a little. I'm doing my part in helping the local economy.
Right.
Yeah. So for my next trip, I've already decided I'm going to try to pack all of my stuff in a carry-on.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take a checked bag to bring stuff back.
Smart.
Like a kind of empty checked bag.
Smart.
Because it's, the holidays. So, yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and I have no Christmas present spot at all, so I think I'm going to be doing shopping where I'm going.
You're going to end up buying another piece of luggage.
I hope not. No, I can't.
Okay, this is one that this could be an interesting question. What places in the world do you think are too dangerous to visit, and why?
I am probably a bad barometer for that, because I'm really
You
not.
go everywhere.
Yeah, I like to go a lot of places. I won't go to the Middle East, of course, right now.
Right.
We get a lot of warnings, travel warnings that we read almost daily. There's little pockets of places like South Africa right now is having some struggles. So it's really important to kind of keep your eye on those political things that are happening. But I would have no problem going to a country close to Ukraine right now, even though I don't want to go to Ukraine necessarily.
Right.
Poland and Slovenia or areas around there, I would be okay going to. I'm really not scared. But if I am going to go to some place that has challenges, I will definitely want a local guide with me, no doubt at all.
That's cool.
One of my kids really likes to go to kind of fringe places and he doesn't take a guide, and it's very worrisome to me. But I like his sense of adventure too.
Right,
so,
right. That's good.
What about you? You've got...
Well, I always get, people always get concerned with Mexico and Cancun. But I got to tell you, the media kind of lumps Mexico into one thing when it's a news story. And, my son went with his girlfriend and another couple to Cancun. And when I book trips, your transportation's prearranged. You get right to the resort. I'm not an expert in the field by any means. I can't speak to that, that you're safe here and not safe here, but I will say I've never felt unsafe in Cancun. Yeah. It's probably like when people drive over the border, into these random towns in Mexico or, and then it says, oh, Mexico, near a Mexico resort. Well, it not necessarily is next to the resorts that we would consider. You got to read a little bit deeper in there and find out that, Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, Los Cabos, I've had people at all those destinations and
they've been fine.
They've been fine.
Yeah. I feel like there's some really beautiful parts of Mexico that people are scared to go to, and I wish they weren't. Yeah. One of my favorite places that I've been to is Merida, Mexico, which we had a guide and a driver for the day, but it was a beautiful colonial town that I sad that Americans don't go to it because they would love it if they went there. Yeah. But I think they're scared. And I think Mexico City, too, has some really beautiful places that Americans generally are scared to go to. I always tell people, think about it in reverse. There's a lot of people from other countries that are scared to come here.
Imagine watching our news for one day. I mean...
Yeah, going to New York or going to Chicago or any of our big cities. There are really scary areas, unsafe areas there as well. That kind of scare me, they scare other tourists. So, yeah, it's all...
You can't generalize.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So, that's where we can help, too, is because we can lets you know our experiences,
Yeah.
where we've been, what the levels are.
And we really keep up to date
yeah.
and read stuff that it's not a guarantee that of your safety, but we really try to keep aware at least of those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a very interesting conversation.
Yeah.
You have to really keep up on politics and the world happenings in order to know what's safe. I've been to like London, where on the American news stations before I've gone, you know, they're talking about these giant protests and things like that. So when I was there, those giant protests were happening, and there were protests, but they were very contained. And I was on a bus, and they actually, like with a big bus, and they skirted right around him, and they pointed him out, and it was not a big deal at all. But you just have to be aware.
Right.
Let's see here. What is the best age to travel? Can children appreciate the experience?
That's probably something you can speak to more, because you've done so much travel with your kids. Like I've taken Disney, and my daughter was there when she was 8 months old, which isn't, she's obviously not taking anything in being that age. But, you know, there is probably a certain age where you think.
I think it depends on your kids. But B, I always wanted to challenge my kids to behave and to appreciate the places they were going and respect. So like I really didn't pack their suitcases for them. Once I thought they were able to do that, I gave them that responsibility. And there were plenty of times that they forgot shoes or belts or bathing suits, but you know, then we'd have to stop and figure out a plan to take care of that. But now I'm glad I did that, because they both
You've
can
created,
travel. Yeah. And
lovers of travel.
We watched a lot of travel shows growing up. One of them loved it, one of them did not love it. One of them likes beaches, one of them hates beaches. Like, they're very different kids, but just giving them that opportunity to go and learn and appreciate where they come from and all of that. I mean, it just, I think it really opens their eyes to a lot of things. So I would say, don't be afraid to take your kids, even when they're young, to Europe. They may not remember it when they're older, but they certainly are going to learn while they're there. So
yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
they are.
I don't think there's ever a wrong age. Let's see here.
I think it's my turn.
Yeah, 14.
What are the advantages? Oh, this is a great one for me. What are the advantages and disadvantages of traveling alone? Well, if you're married to Brett Snow, me traveling alone is a huge disadvantage. But go ahead.
Brett doesn't like Chrissy to go without him ever, anywhere at all.
Not even to the grocery store.
No. So as a person who travels alone sometimes now, I like being challenged to get out of my comfort zone, and I love the ability to do what I want when I want. It's easy. The hardest part probably, I would say, are meals, because I find myself as a single woman, if I'm somewhere in a big city at night by myself, I really don't want to venture out into neighborhoods I don't know, so I order room service a lot, which that's not a way to enjoy a culture. Yeah. Or sometimes I will join, you know, a preformed group, like a tour, to do like a bar crawl or something like that, which is lots of fun. But I've met so many cool people by being alone and then kind of being forced to chat with them. And I kind of like it.
Do you?
Yeah, I like both. I like being with groups of people. I mean, I just like to travel. But being alone is not the worst thing in the world. And we have, for women in particular, we have some travel opportunities where you can travel with a group of other women who are maybe without a companion to go regularly. Yeah. And, you know, there's strength in numbers and it's fun. But if you kind of want to, you know, go do something by yourself, you can do that too. But I like, maybe that's why I buy too much stuff and have to get extra suitcases, got extra time and extra shopping. I don't skip the stores. I actually go into them. So.
Well, I traveled alone twice this year, I think. 3 times. And I did meet a lot of people, and I did have a lot of fun. But I really like traveling with others. Yeah. Especially family. I love to, like, I feel like, and this is so weird, like if I'm somewhere and it's beautiful and it's such a great experience, like I want them to be there so bad experiencing it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I I can do it. It's just
It's a little more challenging.
it is,
Yeah.
and I'm not thrilled a lot of times. But then once I'm there, I'm like, hey, this is great.
Yeah.
Meet wonderful people and develop new friendships. But I do.
Is it the journey that you dislike the most? Like the actually getting there part by yourself?
I don't know. I think it's the part of experiencing things and not having someone to share them with.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my.
Yep, I get that. Makes sense. Let's see. What kind of accommodations do you like to stay in when you travel?
Oh, geez. Well, I like anything oceanfront. I like fluff. I like comfort. But yeah, I'm all about the view, the just hearing the ocean, I'm all about that. I know you're all about
I am, yeah.
luxury.
I've sort of, I've had the blessing of being able to stay in some really nice places, and now it's really hard to not stay in those nice places. Yeah, I'm gonna admit it. I like a good bed with great sheets and just a comfy room with a nice shower. And
I fell asleep in a bed with a quesadilla once, so obviously the sheets aren't that important to me.
I've never done that. I probably have never eaten a quesadilla in a hotel room. I also like a place to work. Like when I stay at a hotel, I need a place to spread out and have my computer, and like a desk is really good. I also like a vanity area. So after you take a shower and everything, you have a place to kind of remove yourself and sit down and get ready. I really like that. But I've been in hotels with great walk-in closets that are really big and nice. Asia has some amazing properties, amazing, and really and Europe has some lovely historic places too, castles and estate homes. So
give me an ocean, give me a beach. I'm good.
Yeah. You're next.
Oh, no, I think you are. No. Oh.
16.
Okay. Do you like to talk to local people when you travel? Why or why not? Of course we like to talk to local people.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I think in my local people, at all-inclusives, and in my sort of travel, we tend to befriend a lot of them and develop these great, when you're walking by and they're like, oh,
I make tequila.
So yeah, we I think that's wonderful. When we were in Jamaica, we had a guide for one of our trips when I was with a group of travel agents. Oh, and she had stories, and I could have listened to her for hours. She, she spoke in the Yaman accent, and it was fun. And I know you are definitely.
Yeah, I love it. We had a guide in the Amalfi Coast when I was in Italy last month, who kept saying "my dears" to all of my dear babies. She would say "my dears," and I loved her.
Oh, how sweet!
I want all of you to have this guide when you go, because she's very, very sweet. But a local can just can teach you so much, and it completely changes your trip when you have a local.
It does.
So I'm never afraid to chat with them. Again, they think we're probably over friendly as Americans because we talk a lot and we're huggy and things like that. But some cultures are not. But I really do like a local person. Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
Let's see. I think this might be the last one. Would you like to go to a big international event such as the Olympics or an international film festival?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I could see you totally wanting to do that. Yeah.
I know we talked about going to an F1 race. I think the big one is in Monaco every year.
Yes.
I think something like that would be very fun. I mean, probably very crowded and expensive.
Yeah, crowded and expensive.
In the Olympics, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I did like Oktoberfest a few years ago.
Oh, I
loved that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm more about not the sporting events, but like a festival. Give me a good festival, and I'm a happy person.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah. So that's just a little bit about us and how we travel, our styles of travel, and our interests. So we thought
that was fun.
Yeah,
just chat a little bit about
exactly
different things. And if you need us, let us know, because we have all sorts of information that we can share with you.
Yeah, for sure. And gosh, we are winding down the year. We've got a couple more Tuesdays before the end of the year.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
I know.
That's almost.
It went quick.
It did go quick.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll do a little year-end recap when Michael's back. We can talk about the places we've gone, and then if any of you would like to go there, we can certainly make arrangements
out
for
and
that
let
to
us know.
happen. So it's almost wave season too.
Yep.
Which I'm hearing from some of my colleagues, they're in the thick of wave season,
Wow.
which is it's a good time to start booking cruises.
Yeah.
So for
They
Michael
said they're
and here,
extremely popular this year.
yeah, they are very popular.
Yeah.
So, but we can send you any way.
And it's not too late to give an awesome Christmas present.
No,
No.
not at all. So, all right. So I guess we will see you next week.
Yes.
For another edition of
Yes,
Travel
it
Talk
was
Tuesday.
lovely. Have a nice day. I think it's gonna be warm today, which really isn't the Christmas spirit, but
Yeah, well, I got to get the rest of my Christmas stuff up
There you
outside.
go.
It's a good day to do that.
yep,
So,
yep. Thanks for
alrighty.
watching.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.